In the cleaning and disinfecting of public spaces, including your workplace, church, airport, large buildings, school, home, and businesses, will require you to 1. Develop your plan. 2. Implement your plan. 3. Maintain and revise your plan. Disinfecting and cleaning practices of items and high-touched areas can help minimize the spread of diseases like COVID-19. Deep cleaning of these areas and items will be required every 2 weeks. All staff, as well as visitors, will be required to wear a mask before entering the building. The mask is to securely don, covering the nose and mouth. Designate a staff person to be responsible for responding to COVID-19 concerns. Regardless of the environment, staff, clergy, volunteers, and congregants should know who this person is and how to contact them if they become sick or are around others diagnosed with COVID-19. This person should also be aware of Health and Safety Act of 2002. Signs are to be large and visible enough for staff and patrons entering the establishment to see and read, indicating no mask, no entry. It is also mandatory that each visitor entering the establishment wear a mask and immediately upon entering sanitize their hands. Signs and hand sanitizer dispensers should be visible and readily available. If not, a 60% hand sanitizer solution can be used via spray bottle. Patrons are to sanitize for 20 to 30 seconds. Once at the service counter, a plexiglass barrier should be installed so as to control the spread of the virus of an infected person. Establish and communicate building rules with employees and building guests. Hand sanitizing is one of the protective measures used to fight the coronavirus. Patrons not willing to sanitize are not to be allowed in the establishment. Discourage employees and/or visitors from using notebooks, telephones, or other work tools and equipment when possible. Instead, use a kiosk system when possible. Bring and use personal tools and clean and disinfect each item before and after use. Remember, germs can collect quickly on elevator buttons, keyboards, desks, and printers. Elevators are to be clearly marked as to promote social distancing. Place decals and space demarcations in common areas such as the lobby to note social distancing requirements and traffic flow patterns. High contact areas and frequently touched surfaces such as doors, railings, tables, walls, door handles on main entrance, restrooms, reception desk, point of sales POS equipment, and displays are to be cleaned and disinfected. When cleaning, spray with an EPA approved disinfectant. Wait, then with a color-coded microfiber cloth, clean the surface area, starting from the cleaner surface area, then working your way to the frequently touched area. Light switches are considered frequently touched items. However, no water should be used around lights and/or light switches. Managers are to ensure appropriate equipment for cleaning staff, and staff are to use personal protective equipment when cleaning and disinfecting. If disinfectants are to be applied, these should be via a cloth or wipe which is soaked in disinfectant. Begin with cleaning. Normal routine cleaning with soap and water will decrease how much of the virus is on surfaces, which reduces the risk of exposure. Divide larger surfaces into smaller spaces, and once again approach spray, wait, then clean with the least frequently touched. Cleaning should always start from the least soiled or the cleanest area to the most soiled or the dirtiest area in order to not spread the dirt to areas that are less soiled. For tables, it will be the center of the table. For chairs, the back of the chair to the center of the chair. For railings, disinfection, usually EPA-approved disinfectants against COVID-19 external icon, can also help reduce the risk. Frequent disinfection of surfaces and objects touched by multiple people is important, such as hand railings. Use of EPA disinfectants, sodium hypochlorite or 0.5% equivalent for disinfecting surfaces and 70% ethyl alcohol for disinfection of small items. Floors. Mop heads, cloths, and other cleaning tools should be washed with soap and water and sanitized with an EPA-registered disinfectant or bleach solution and allowed to dry prior to reuse. Cord off area with signs. Mop one side of the floor with a figure-8 overlapping stroke, turning the mop head regularly, example, every 5 to 6 strokes. A new or cleaned and sanitized mop or cloth should be used to clean and disinfect each area. Use single-use disposable mop heads or cloths as an alternative. Bleach solutions will be effective for disinfection up to 24 hours. Here's disinfecting your seats is highly important to stop the spread of COVID-19. Before you disinfect, clean the surface with a detergent or general purpose cleaner. Cleaning is an important first step to the process because it physically removes soil from the surface. Rinse with clean water. Use disinfectant in the proper concentration following the manufacturer's recommendations on the label. Do not oversaturate the fabric. Carpet. Disinfecting soft surfaces like your carpets and area rugs might be a little more challenging than the hard surfaces. The CDC recommends cleaning these surfaces either with soap and water or with cleaners made specifically for these surfaces. Use a steam cleaner for a more thorough cleaning. You can use a mixture of white vinegar with hot water in the steamer, but change the ratio to equal parts of each
Has
time.
been using fog machines for the past 3 years now to help combat the spread of the flu. Now, the school district fogs every building once students and staff leave for the day. Now, something inside those machines is called a hypochlorous acid, which is also used in hospitals to help fight off viruses. Outside the classrooms, the school district uses a hospital-grade disinfectant called HDQ to clean doorknobs, drinking fountains, and countertops. A Fort Smith school representative says the fog machines speed up the process when it comes to disinfecting the buildings.
We spoke with the health department and the Arkansas Department of Education, the facilities division on this, if it was safe for children and stuff like that, and kind of got the green light, and now we utilize it every year.
Sean Schaefer, who you just heard from, says the fog machines drastically speeded the process and has improved absence rates.
Disinfectants need wet times of typically 10 minutes to actually disinfect. So when you spray and wipe or use a disinfectant wipe, that surface is almost immediately dry, and it is not allowing the proper wet times that are needed for the disinfectant. Consider looking at technology to save you time, like spray and vac machines and/or electrostatic sprayers. Most hard surfaces recommend a bleach solution for disinfecting, but often you'll want to keep bleach and other harsh chemicals away from your flooring. Instead, you can disinfect vinyl and laminate flooring by mopping with a mix of 1 gallon of warm water and 1 cup of white vinegar. Routine cleaning here will help to prevent the spread of bacteria and viruses. Remember, for hardwood floor, keeping water and moisture away is key. So you don't want to use the vinegar solution here. The best option is to use a damp mop with a cleaner made specifically to disinfect hardwood floors. Signage. Post building protocols throughout the building with CDC recommended personal hygiene protocols reminders. Take inventory of which you are using for chemicals and for what purpose. See if you can cut down on the number of chemicals you are using. Use and color code our microfiber cloth before cleaning surfaces. Handle used towels, gloves, etc. as little as possible. All disinfectant solutions should be stored in opaque containers in a well-ventilated, covered area that is not exposed to direct sunlight and ideally should be freshly prepared every day. Supplies are to include waterproof gloves to protect you from exposure to the virus and to the cleaning chemicals. Never mix cleaning chemicals with one another. This may create hazardous gases. Managers will provide gloves in a variety of sizes. Gloves that are too big make it hard to hold objects and easier for the virus to get inside. Gloves that are too small can rip or tear. Disinfectants include bleach solution. To make a bleach solution, mix 1 tablespoon of bleach to 1 quart or 4 cups of water. For a larger supply, add a 1/4 cup of bleach to 1 gallon or 16 cups of water. Use the solution within 20 minutes. Other EPA-approved disinfectants may be used if they are effective against coronaviruses or other infections. Remove gloves and place in a trash bag and discard. To promote social distance, reconfigure meeting rooms and chairs to promote social distancing and help facilitate 6 feet distancing. Inside garbage bins should be commercial, stainless, and easily accessible. Remove all trash, debris, and dispose of general solid waste. All exposed perishable items on the surface to be cleaned will be disposed as solid waste. Place in a trash bag and seal with a knot or tie to limit contact. Place all items designated for laundering in a trash bag and seal with a knot or tie to limit contact. Hold it there for 24 to 72 hours to limit the exposure hazard and let the virus weaken. When cleaning, always use soap or detergent, warm water, clean towels, or readily available plastic trash bags. You want to wear disposable gowns for all cleaning related tasks, including handling trash. Wear masks and goggles to protect yourself from exposure to cleaning chemicals. High-touch surfaces in bathrooms should be identified for priority disinfection, such as doors, handles, cabinet tops, bathroom surfaces, toilets, and taps and floors. Bathrooms should be outfitted with a minimum hand sanitizer, touch-free tissue, and dispensers. Floors should be cleaned and disinfected as often as required as it relates to your traffic flow. Disinfection should always take place last to ensure that any germs left over after cleaning are destroyed. Disinfectants are not as effective when applied directly to dirty surfaces because germs and viruses can hide under soils. Develop a schedule of increased routine cleaning and disinfection. When cleaning boardroom, waiting rooms, know that the highest risk from a meeting room or lounge area is overcrowding. If someone is coughing or has a respiratory illness in the meeting room, move away and request a cleaning in the area. Staff are encouraged to always choose to attend virtually if that is possible. Consider cleaning the work area in front of you with a disinfecting wipe prior to use. Sit one seat further away from others if possible. Conduct maintenance and updates to HVAC and building facilities by, for example, increasing ventilation and installing high-efficiency air filters. Keeping our environment safe and COVID-free.